stuff like that just because you cut this on. Let me go on and put on my lighting and stuff like that. And I'm getting myself together. I'll be coming in here setting up and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll be almost set up ready to go. But a lot of times, I think it's going to take people a few minutes to jump in here. So I go ahead and just turn the camera on and then I can set up as I go along. What time is it? It is now 7:01. So we're going to stay in here till about 7:30. Unless it's raucous and people are hanging out and chit-chatting. But otherwise, we're going to get out of here at 7:30 and go live on our other site, and then we'll have our daily lives taken care of. Yes, I am going live on 2 different sites every day for the next, God only knows how long, because, I will say that I'm going for the next 7 days, and then Robert end up doing something else, getting a little nookie or a little job or something like that, and then I can't do it, and then I don't want to feel too bad, but I don't feel bad, especially if it's about some money or some affection. I don't feel bad at all. Sometimes it's just because I was asleep. Because today I had to go to the dentist. Do you like my teeth? They look nice and deliciously clean. I probably didn't ate something. I just ate something. But look, I got my I got my teeth cleaned today. I had to be there 9 a.m. on a President's Day. It's President's Day. Y'all have me coming in 9 a.m. If I would have knew it was going to be President's Day, like, I ain't have to go to work anyway. But, like, I might have been like, let's do it another day. But might as well do it and get it over with. I am still just a little, because it hurts. When they're digging your teeth with that little thing, it gets the water out, and then the sound like gets in your, oh my God, it just, ooh. And I'm like, I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to use my little meditation yoga training, and I breathe deep, and then I know I'm getting like tense and stuff, so whenever I can, I remind myself to like drop my shoulders and relax, breathe and relax, breathe and relax. Oh my God, it don't work that way. Well, I don't know. I think probably because I am actually actively relaxing myself, at least some in between times, that it probably does work out better. It probably is helpful, but in the moment it doesn't feel that helpful. And the funny thing is, he put like some numbing agent around the front, and but like he didn't do that on the sides and in the back. I'm like, do my whole darn mouth, numb that shit out so I don't feel almost nothing. Yeah, I think he be trying to torture me. I really do. I really think I think dentists are people, I think they meant to come and torture you. Anyway, anybody notice NLE Chopper come out with Slut Me Out 4? And it started with him talking to that girl, talking about, you ate my booty and called me gay. I'm like, Lord have mercy. That's one thing about a rapper or something, like they will use everything and have no shame. I'm like, brother, for real? And he dropped that real quick. I saw it today, I automatically clipped. I click, NLE Chopper, click, right away. Because he be funny. So I am, I don't know why I'm done. How are you? I'm feeling pretty good today. I was at the dentist. Thank you for subscribing. I was at the dentist this morning at 9 a.m. And let me tell you, they worked me over just for a cleaning. But man, let me tell you, I'm glad that I made it through. Oh, I made it through. Yes, I made it. I made it through. Because let me tell you, I was not happy. Then I came home and I was doing things for about, I didn't want to eat anything or anything like that after the dentist, like right after the dentist. Because like that's the cleanest your teeth are going to be, right after you get a cleaning. So I didn't want to eat anything for about an hour or so. Then I ended up going to sleep around 12 o'clock, and I slept for like 3.5 hours. I got up around 3:30, and I was like, let me get outside because, it's cold and stuff, wake my body up and everything. So I did that. I went outside, I went to the grocery store, I picked up a few things, walked home slowly, enjoying the weather. Let me tell you, it's been below freezing so long out here. 35, 40 degrees feels like summer. Almost feels like summer. Go ahead and thumb that up for me. I got 1 like. Thank you much. I should have 2 more because 2 new people came in. Attention, this is Officer Davis from Security. We have a Code 7 fashion emergency in the live chat. Immediately change your attire or risk the possibility of channel cancellation. Let me tell you, live chat security services, you can say what you want to say, but I'm going to sit up here. I know you want me to take my shirt off, but I'm not taking my shirt off. So, and I've had this channel for, and almost 20 years now. Oh my God. Well, November 2027 will be 20 years, and I have not gotten it shut down. Oh, I'm so surprised. My first channel here on YouTube got shut down within like 3 months. Like, I joined in November of 2006. Was that it? 2006? Yeah. So I joined in November of 2006. And of course, everybody was posting anything. It was a wild. Thank you so much. You look so handsome, man. Thank you. Thank you. So, it was a Wild West, it was brand new. I think it opened, did the beta in 2005. So 2006 in November, I joined TikTok. First, posted my first video, which was, I'll never forget, me and a friend of mine went to the Bronx Zoo, and this lion or tiger, or it wasn't a bear, but anyway, it came up and pooped right in front of us on the glass. So I posted that up. That was my first video. And then I don't know what I posted after that. But eventually, in December, I went to Honolulu, Hawaii, and I took my little camera. It was a camera just like this. I took it with me, and I was crazy, just all over the place, just filming content. And I had written a song on the way there on the airplane. So I ended up putting the song to the videos, but I wanted to do every day. So I did day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Like we went parasailing one day, and I had my, I keep putting it in and take it back out. That's what he said. I had my thing like this, and the guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna take video. You don't have to. I'll hold your camera." I ain't let go of this camera, man. I'll be taking video from where I am, way up in the sky. And look, though, I was making sure it wasn't gonna drop into the ocean by like having it. I might have hit it on that. So keeping it on my arm, and I was taking video, and I took some photos. And actually, one of those photos were became the cover art for one of my original CD covers. So I've made my own CD covers for my independent releases. I have 4 independent releases. And so that was one of my covers. Sailing above the freaking ocean. It was so beautiful. And it was a little scary. But once you got up there and got used to being like just tethered by this one little thing, once you got up there, it was just so relaxing and calming. And, I didn't think about if the thing like broke off or something like that, but it was me and my ex. We were still together at the time. It actually was our honeymoon. We called it our honeymoon because we had just gotten back together and committed to one another and all that good stuff. Oh, I love you too, Rebecca. Thank you. You are the best person in the world. I appreciate that. I'm not the best person, but, I try to be the best person that I can be. And that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm not as good a person as I should be, but you have to forgive yourself and try to do better. That's all you can do, right? You forgive yourself and keep on moving. So I came home, and after I went grocery shopping, I came home, and I'm supposed to be posting some content today. And I did post one thing somewhere, I don't know where, but I have not posted on my, I posted an AI dance video on my It's Our Antime channel. Um, and that was that, it's the doing, everybody's doing that Liberian girl, yeah, so I decided to do that one on my cover channel. And on my cover channel, I do covers, of course, um, and I do dancing, and I do what I call a captured series. So I capture performances wherever I go in the world, but mostly around New York City, where people are busking and singing and dancing. So when I find something interesting, and doing Showtime on the subway, and I'll record them, and then I'll post those up for people to see. Because I'm in New York City, so like people want to see what's going on. So if you want to check out my cover channel, I did put it in the chat for you. I'm trying my best. I will try my best to keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for dropping by. I thank you for the like. I thank you just for interacting with me. Because let me tell you, you don't have to. And I do appreciate that you are here with me. So for anybody who doesn't know me, who is in here, I'm a singer, songwriter, actor, author, poet. I have the So You Want to Be a Singer series here on YouTube, which is how I think I got known on YouTube, because I'm a professional singer. I went to high school and college for music. And so when I first started out this channel, I was like, I want to find something that I can do that nobody is doing. And at that time, no one was like really giving advice on how you could become a professional singer. And we had all these people who are doing covers, some are really, really good. And, I was like, you can do this professionally if you, do this, this, if it's your passion and you want to make money at it, this is the way to get into it, or this is one of the ways to get into it. And there's this way and that way and that way and that. So I give all this advice on how to get into it, how to train for it, how to look for jobs, how to do auditions, best practices, how to handle your jobs and your contract. I have like over 100 videos in the series over all these years. I actually thought of an idea yesterday, but I haven't done the videos in so long that, because usually the best practice for me, thank you, the best practice for me is when I think of the idea, just to go ahead and either script it out or just to go ahead and shoot the video and then edit it, so that then I've done it and I could just post it. Usually if I wait around and then I don't end up doing it, because I have my mind be in so many places. I need to figure out now in 2026, after 20 something years online, I need to figure out how to use like a spreadsheet or something like that, so that I can start not necessarily scheduling my videos, but have which videos I already, shot, the ones I need to edit, the ones that are already edited, the ones I'm ready to post, when I want to post this one on this, because I have 4 different pages, but I have like 8 different places on those 4 different social media sites to post, So there's my main channel, this one, my cover channel, my blog channel, my political channel. And then on TikTok, I have my main channel and my backup channel. And then I have my Instagram and my Facebook. So I have all these different ones. And I don't post every video on every one. There are some videos that I post on all of them. My original ideas, my experimental content. I usually post those on all of them. I start out on TikTok and YouTube, and then I post them on other places also. But some things, like if I'm answering somebody on TikTok, or, if I think of something specifically here that I want to do on YouTube, or like I know IG has something going on, and I decided to do that, or TikTok, sometimes they have the thing that's going around. Like they had the owl challenge, the owl impression thing. I did that. And I think I did end up putting it over here. But I didn't put all of them. I did like 3 or 4 of them. I didn't put them all over here. Plus, I did a horse challenge, a horse impression, because someone in the comment was like, now do a horse. And I was like, what do I do? Like a horse? So I did, this is my impression of a horse if it was RuPaul. And if you want to see that, you got to go to my TikTok. It's the same as my cover channel. It's R. Anton, and that is here in the chat. So let me get something to drink real quick. water. I was actually gonna pick up some, I forget what the brand is, some refreshers from the store, but they didn't have the one that I like. I like the fruit punch one, and I'm not sure if I like the other one, so I didn't want to try one. I might later, but I don't feel like trying one right now. So, I'm probably gonna make me a big thing of iced tea, put that in the refrigerator, and then I'll be sipping on that plus some water. Plus I have this pomegranate juice, which is almost gone, but I'll be sipping on that too. So what the guan? What you guys want to talk about? This is Robert Anton. I'm a singer-songwriter. You got any questions for me? I am also living in New York City. I actually was just at the again talking about being in New York and shooting content in New York. I went to the free grocery store that they just had, Poly Market. They called it the Poly Market, and it was by the app Poly Market, which is like a betting app or something. But I guess to raise their profile and all that, they donated $1 million to the New York City food banks. And then they had this free grocery store where you could come and go shopping, but you didn't have to pay. And of course, there were long line or whatever. They guaranteed that the first 300 people would get in. I went the first day because I wanted to see what it was all about, take some vlog footage and all that different stuff. I wasn't worried necessarily about getting in, even though I thought it'd be nice to get in and take some footage inside, the kind of stuff that they had and all that good stuff. But that was not to be, because it was supposed to open at noon. I got there at 11:45, got online. It was a pretty long line around the corner, but I got online and I was fine. So okay, good, let's go. But then they were passing out. They were really nice. They were telling people what was going on. They were passing out coffee, and I don't drink coffee, so I didn't get into that. But, they was giving people coffee, and they came around 2 or 3 times. They, sent people around to tell us what was going on. They sent somebody around to give out bags. I got my bag now. I got me a Poly Market bag, and I used it today for the first time at the grocery store. But I got my Poly Market bag. But they told us while they were passing out the bags that there was a mix-up and the store wasn't opening until 2 p.m. And it was like 12:15 when they told us that. So I'd been there like half an hour. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of cold out here. I think right after they started saying that, my feet started getting cold. My feet were like, listen, I don't think we gonna make it that far. And I was wrapped up. I had on my little thermals. I had on some boots or whatever. I had on wool socks. My feet were like, we didn't already walk like 40 minutes to get here. I don't think we gonna do this. So I stood about another 15 minutes talking to people and stuff like that. And then I left at 12:30. So I did not get to go into the Poly Market, but I did get my little tote. And I felt like, personally, my main goal, which was to go down there and do the vlog, is what I wanted to do. So I wasn't worried about, not getting in groceries. Because I went to the grocery store on the way home, right? And had the money to pick up the things that I needed to pick up. And a lot of people were talking about, even in your video, a lot of those people don't look like they're hungry. They don't look like they need food. They're dressed so nice. But you never know what somebody is going through. Somebody could just have become unemployed and not have a job yet. They could be on unemployment and looking for a job. They could be food insecure. You don't know just by looking at somebody. So I try not to judge people. Me and the guy there were talking about it, and we were like kind of kikiing over people and like, shoot, she got on designer shoes or whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe they're 6 seasons old or something. We were joking and stuff. But then I was like, listen, I don't really need the food here, so I'm not going in to try to get all this stuff. I'm going in to get vlog stuff. And of course, I'm going to take some food if it's free. Who don't want something free? I'll take the food if it's free. But me not getting it, I'm not going to starve. My refrigerator. And I went to the grocery store again today. I went Sunday last week. I probably go to the grocery store at least 2 or 3 times a week, because I eat decently healthy, kind of healthy. And so fruits and vegetables don't always last that long, fresh. So, usually every morning I'll have like some grapefruit or some orange or some kiwi, some banana fruit, or I may make a smoothie, or I may have a green drink. I'll make a green drink, or I'll juice some fruit with some ginger or something like that. So, and I may do two of those things. I may eat a piece of fruit and then also, have a juice. This morning, I think I had some kiwi and I had a green drink that I made yesterday. So I try to eat decently healthy. I try to get my nutrients to fuel my body and stuff. So and the morning I think is one of the most important times to really make sure that you get your fruits and vegetables. What's a guilty pleasure movie or TV show you love? I don't really watch TV since I was in college. So I did start watching around the time that Empire started coming out, and I was hearing so much about it. And it's a music related show. So, of course, I was like, okay. So I watched that for a season. So I'm going to say Empire. Yeah, with Cookie Lion. So I'm going to say Empire. So yeah, so like the morning time I think is the best time to like start the, every day is a new start, right? Every day is a new start. So I start out fueling my body in the morning. So that's why I have some fruit. I'll have a green drink. I'll juice some fruit. I'll have a smoothie, to make sure to get some nutrients into me right away. And most of my smoothies have fruit and vegetable in it, like fruit and greens, whether it be spinach or romaine or whatever kind of lettuce that I have in the house at the moment. Sometimes I have some ginger in it. Sometimes I'll put some garlic in, either my green drink or my fruit juices and stuff like that. I put a little garlic and a little ginger in them, and try to jumpstart my body and my system early in the morning or whenever I get up, even if I get up at 2 p.m. Then I may have breakfast. Sometimes if you have a nice green drink, it's kind of heavy. So, I don't really eat anything after that until lunchtime, or unfortunately, sometimes I forget and I don't eat until dinner time. But that's not that often anymore, even though it does still happen. But I try to have at least, a certain amount of foods, and I eat fruits and nuts all day long. If I'm munching or whatever, I might have. I guess I'm looking over to see what kind of stuff I have over there. I'm gonna have some pretzels. I might have some cashews or some pistachios or some pecans. I may have today I had some chips and salsa. I bought some blue chips because I have salsa, or I may have made some guacamole. So I'm gonna have some chips and guacamole for snacks or whatever. And always have some bananas here, and I always have some fresh fruit here. I picked up some oranges, some grapefruit today, so I have that for the next few days. But it keeps me going to the grocery store at least 2 or 3 times a week because I want to get fresh vegetables. And let me tell you, I just had a grapefruit go bad. It was here for 3 days. And it went bad. So you think 3 days it went bad that quick? Yeah, because it gets really hot in here with the steam heat. So and it turns stuff, and I don't put it in the refrigerator, because that's I just don't. I want it to be fresh. I want it to be not frozen, not cold. So especially if I wake up in the morning. Yeah. So you have your way of doing things. So when I do see that something might be getting a little soft or something, I usually take it and go ahead and juice it, and I might put it in the freezer, or I might put it with some other juice, and then I'll be able to drink it the next day. But I missed that one. It snuck up on me, and that does happen every now and then. So we got about 5 minutes to go, unless, like I said, people are popping in and really chit-chatting and stuff like that. When I'm here talking to myself, it's enjoyable. It's entertaining. I can entertain myself all day long, and sometimes I do. Just be up in here having a good old time all by myself. Listen, if you can't enjoy your own company, how do you expect somebody else to enjoy your company? You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep hydrated, keep the voce hydrated. I don't think I warmed up today. But now that I think about it, I was thinking of what content I want to post today on TikTok. I have started doing, and now that I've started it, I started doing several things that I wasn't doing on TikTok. And one of those is posting things for these little challenges that they have. And like you can get paid from the challenge if there's all kinds of ways. But I've actually been a few videos for their challenges and stuff like that. And now they're sending me challenges every day, and I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't gonna be doing that every day. But there is one that is through the beginning of March. In fact, there's two that are through the beginning of March, and they just sent me a new one. One has got to do with Black History Month. The other is with kind of tutorial type videos, teaching people how to do something. So I already did how to confident, I called it, and it's more of a comedy kind of thing. And then the other one was how to shoot a two-person skit, and I actually did that on the live. I was like doing it on the live, and I'm like, yeah, I just keep up doing this, and then all I have to do is go ahead and edit it and blah blah blah, and that's what I did. I edited it and put it up on TikTok as part of that little series. This is another reason why I like to go. I like to go live when I can, because a lot of times when you're in here, ideas just be flowing, and you're just talking about stuff, and it reminds me of something, and then this happens, that happens, and then I could make a video out of that, or I'll say something crazy or dumb or stupid, and I'm like, oh my God, that could be a video. So then I save it and I try to turn it into the video later on, or I'll talk about something that I was planning on doing, and boom, then I end up doing it because it's fresh on my mind, so I do it. And right now I'm thinking like, oh, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? Which usually is not me. Usually I know every day, like the day before or that morning when I wake up, I know what videos I'm going to do that day. But today, for some reason, I'm just not, I wasn't feeling it, Don't meat no more. You don't eat meat anymore? I still eat meat. And I'll tell you why. Because both of my great-grandparents lived into their 90s. Well, my great-grandmothers on both sides of my family lived into their 90s. And they were eating meat, chitlins, pork chops, steak, chicken, lots of chicken all the time. So I don't think that this is bad for you. And some people need meat. Some people, their metabolism or whatever needs meat. And you have to figure that out. If you got the money, you can do all those tests and stuff to figure out, what best works with your body and stuff like that. But I think a lot of times also you need to decide what your body craves. And not just like, oh, I want to get some chicken nuggets, but like what your body is really begging for. For me, if my body is thinking about something for a period of time, I'm like, I'm going to go get that. So if it's chicken, if it's, pork chops, if it's whatever, I go get it. Now, what I do this differently is that I eat less meat than I used to. And I have plenty of days where I don't eat meat at all. So I don't think I would ever be, and never say never, but I don't believe that I'm headed towards being a vegetarian. I'm just always making better choices with each meal and each day. And it works because I'm not one to count calories. I usually have a problem gaining weight to begin with. The only place I think I get a little weight is right here, and maybe back here. I saw somebody I hadn't seen in months, and he was like, "Oh, you get a little fat booty, ain't you?" And I'm like, "Really?" I'll take it as a compliment, but really, where's it coming from? It might be the yoga. I don't know. Because in the yoga, you do a lot of squatting, you do a lot of downward dog, you do a lot of coming from your knees to go up and then lifting your legs to put it up into first position or second position or whatever it is. So I never count calories, but I do. Like with each meal and with each day, I try to make better choices. I try to make sure that I have more vegetables than meat and starch. I try to make sure that I have a salad when I can, along with my meal and vegetables. I try to eat less sweet. I love sweets. But I try to eat less sweets or sweets that are made with better materials or things that I make here at home so I know everything that's in them. Because I just baked a cake the other day, a pound cake. I generally make brownies here at home quite a bit and chocolate chip cookies. Or I've been planning on making some sugar cookies or something like that. I make soups. and stuff. I do my own like sauces for things like marinara. When I do spaghetti, I don't go and get like a jar of spaghetti and all that. I make it here from tomatoes and blah 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 in my blender. So like I eat healthier, but I'm not trying to eat perfect. And I'm also eating. I'm very much into eating for my body to fuel my body. I also like for it to taste good. Granted, if it doesn't taste good, I'm probably still going to eat it if it's healthy or supposed to be healthy for me. But I try to make it taste good. So even when I make my vegetables and stuff like that, but I just basic broccoli. And I actually like broccoli. I like the taste and everything like that, just in some water. But I would take the time to like use a vegetable stock or chicken stock that I've made here at home, that I have, and I'll use that to blanch my broccoli or my vegetables or whatever. And the same goes for like my rice and pasta. I use my own stock to bring that extra taste of it. The extra flavors and stuff like that that I use and whatever. Just to make sure that it tastes good, decent, but generally it's delicious because I can cook and I can spice. I love to throw some spice. I'll be pulling spices out. Come, let me use some of this. Let's use some. I feel like let me use some of that. Let me use some of that. You come out. And one thing that I have learned, and I've tried it, I've tested out over different periods of time in my life. I've tried to put too much spice on things. And not like too much cayenne or pepper or salt. Not those spices. I mean real spices, like turmeric and I can't even think of things now. I'm saying like cilantro, I was about to say Barkley, but whatever. All these spices, I've tried to use too much in a recipe or something like that, or when I'm making something, and it's generally never too much. It'll be very, very flavorful. Or it might be very spicy if I'm using certain more cayenne type spicy stuff. I have a thing that I love, and it's a dry rub that I use on meat sometime. It's like a mayo, but it's like kind of like a Caribbean, like a Creole kind of flavoring. I love that. If I use a bunch of it, yeah, it might be kind of spicy, but like so far, like as much as I would use, it's never too spicy for me. So like you can't use, I don't think, too much spice in your food, as long as it's not nasty stuff like black pepper and white salt and jalapenos and stuff. And I do use those sparingly. But if it was too much, it might blow your stomach up. And I love spicy food. I was in Thailand. And we went to Bangkok, and then we went to, I think it's Pattaya. Pattaya is where they have the street, the street, the all night party street. So we went to go to check out the street or whatever. And so we stopped at one Thai restaurant for lunch or dinner. I forget which it was, but on the menu they had this thing then, and they had all, it was like, man, I think it might have been a chicken dish, but it had a sauce that had like 3 peppers or whatever. And so I ordered it, and the woman's like, oh, it's very hot. It's very hot. You make it no so hot. No so hot. And I said, no, make it like you make it. Make it. And she's like, oh, you sure? You sure? You sure? It's very, very, very hot. And I'm like, yes. I don't know why I sound Chinese, but okay. I sound Chinese. I don't know what Thai sounds like. I can't remember. But she made it, and I was celebrating. She looking at me like I'm crazy. I loved it. When you're like, start getting some tears in your eyes. I don't know why I love that feeling. I do not know why, but I loved it. A lot of people can't take that. They're like, it's too hot. I like it. Make me cry. Got a new grandson on the way. Oh, really? Good for you. Congratulations. How long? How far away? When did they do? Yeah, I love Thailand. I love traveling, period. And I've been very lucky to travel pretty much all my life. Like from being in school and going on travel with like my all city choir, my gospel choirs. We go to different places. College, again, gospel choir, we traveled a lot. When I was doing shows and all that, when I came here to New York, I was getting a lot of travel in, doing touring shows and stuff like that. I've made it to like 5 continents and like 30 countries, hundreds of cities, and I just love it. If I could do it just as like somebody just going where you want to go, having kind of money just to bop around from one country to another, I believe that I would do it for years before I got tired, because just meeting new people, going new places, seeing new things has always been the most wonderful thing to me. And before like I even started doing it that way, I was traveling reading books. I was reading books from different cities, from different countries, that were set in all these different places, and I was just dreaming about it. That's why I tell people, especially my young family members and stuff like that, read often, read different types of books, find out the kind of things that you enjoy, and read, because they take you places, they open up your mind, and before you know it, you end up there. Before I moved to New York City, I look breathable. Can I try so I can confront? No, you can't try. Not with that little swastika on there. No, never. Never. Yeah, but like, because it opens up your mind to the possibilities. And and I think that's one of the reasons, like a lot of times when it comes to education, they don't want to open your mind, because an open mind is dangerous. It's dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Because once you start dreaming, and once you start, you have something that you want to attain that's higher than a 9 to 5 or working a grunge job, then you're controllable. You're uncontrollable when you dream, and you want to go out and do such and so forth. They want people who are just willing to go to their grind every day, work for the man, and not have any like other dreams and aspirations. You can't do that. She's 40 weeks today. Oh, that's good. That's good. My brother has 2 grandchildren. Just think I'm a great aunt. Don't time go by so fast? Like, wow. But luckily, I've made the most of my time. I hope you all have made the most of your time also. It is 7:38. I said I was getting out of here at 7:30. Let's 2 more minutes. Let's go make this the 2-minute warning, because I want to go on TikTok live for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then I had to make my dinner. I actually was at the store, like I said, so I picked up some chicken. I'm probably going to have some chicken today with some kimchi. I have a little bit of rice left over, and I bought some salad greens, some already mixed salad greens. So that's probably going to be dinner tonight. Of course, I have my pound cake if I am ready for some dessert. And we're going to do that thing. But first, I want to finish up my lives for the day. And I might do a little vocal warm-up also, because I have 3 things that I saved the other day, or maybe yesterday, day before, for video ideas. And one of them is actually a singing video. And I think I might go ahead and do that one and post that one up. That's a good idea. Go ahead and post that one. I was looking for one video. Somebody said I looked like if 2 different people had videos. So I'm trying to find editing software that, it morphs people's face into one. And I know I've seen it on TikTok, and I just have to find it because it's there. But like I found some that morph it, but they morph it into like a baby. I know that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to morph it into a person. It could be a teenager or a young adult. But I need to find it. I'm all on CapCut looking for it and all that, because I want to see if it looks like me. Like if these 2 people join together, they're gonna look like me. And I think that's a piece of content idea that I got from the live. But I have so many ideas. It's just going ahead and shooting them and editing them and posting them. But I'm working on them. I'm working on things. I have a few things coming through the pipeline. And yeah. So this is Robert Anton, your singer, songwriter, actor, author, poet, signing out. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful week if I don't see you. Peace. I'm out. Now, how do you cut this thing off? Oh, there you go. Hey, baby, D good.